Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and welcome to the English Bình Phước radio television station and newspaper. And following are the headlines as usual. Over 103 billion Vietnam dong for the poor funds and social security in 2023. Conference connects banks and enterprises. Paying respect to family of people who die in traffic accident. Legislative leader deliver a speech at the IPA 43 plenary session. Vietnam strengthens economic relations with partners. Vietnam remains the world's biggest paper producer and exporter. And now our detail. Sustainable poverty reduction has received major investment and support from Bình Phước province in recent time, ensuring social security and improving people's material and spiritual life.
Bình Phước For the Poor Fund has received more than 53.6 billion Vietnam dong this year and built 826 houses of solidarity. Organizations, individuals, and member organizations of the Provincial Fatherland Front built 116 houses, contributing over 55.2 billion Vietnam dong to the Social Security Program, and making a practical contribution to the implementation of the Sustainable Poverty Reduction Programs. The province still has 4,870 poor households, 2,830 of which are ethnic minorities. In the 2021-2025 period, Bình Phước plans to build 2,453 houses for poor and disadvantaged households. On the occasion of the 92nd anniversary of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, the Bình Phước Province chapter called for support to the For the Poor Fund in 2023. Immediately after the call, individuals and organizations, agencies and units registered to support over 103 billion Vietnam dong, of which nearly 55 billion Vietnam dong was for the Poor Fund and over 48 billion dong for social security work in 2023.
The State Banks of Vietnam, Bình Phước Province branch held a conference recently to link banks and enterprises to promote the implementation of the interest rate support program under Government Decree number 31.
There are 1,311 enterprise customers in the province with outstanding loans of more than 8.79 trillion Vietnam dong. However, only 173 met conditions for interest rate support, and commercial banks have only supported 5 customers, with a loan balance of nearly 50 billion dong. Representatives of the commercial banks in Bình Phước province said the reason for the low interest rate support is that most customers are not eligible. Commercial banks have also adopted a cautious mentality in implementation. Director of the State Bank of Vietnam's Bình Phước province branch, Bùi Huy Thọ, said it has introduced guidelines to implement Decree number 31, supporting 2% of interest rates using state budget capital. But after 5 months, the number of customers receiving support remains modest. Credit institutions in the province have been asked to address the difficulties and review the needs of relevant customers to advise and help them address the loan package.
Responding to the World Day of Remembrance for Traffic Accident Victims in 2022, the Traffic Safety Board of Bù District, Bình Phước Province visited and presented gifts to families of those who died in traffic accidents in the district.
Representatives from the Traffic Safety Board of Bù District visited and shared the pain of loss with 5 families, encouraging them to overcome the difficulties and stabilize their lives. The delegation also presented 2 million Vietnam dong in cash to each family. Visiting and encouraging the families of traffic accident victims is a regular activity of the Traffic Safety Board of Bù District, expressing the community's sympathy and deep concern of the victims' families, contributing to alleviating the pain and loss of families who are suffered from the consequences of traffic accidents.
Ladies and gentlemen, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ attended the opening ceremony of the 43rd General Assembly of the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly in Phnom Penh on November the 21st.
On November 21st, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ attended the opening ceremony of April 43. The meeting with the theme Advancing Together for Sustainable, Inclusive and Resilient ASEAN returns to an in-person format after 2 consecutive sessions held online due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The 43rd April General Assembly's theme highlighted the need to act together in the spirit of ASEAN solidarity to tackle all the common challenges. In a message to April 43, along with praising its theme, Vietnamese President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc said that Vietnam is committed to participating responsibly in multilateral cooperation frameworks. On the afternoon of November 21st, National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ delivered a speech at the first plenary session of April 43. In his speech, Chairman Huệ said regional legislatures contributed to building a common legal foundation along ASEAN's development journey. He added that APAC is a role model for regional interparliamentary cooperation, contributing to promoting cooperation between agencies that represent the will and aspirations of the peoples of ASEAN countries. It has joined hands with the governments of ASEAN countries to deal with difficulties and challenges by firmly promoting its role through legislative functions, supreme supervision, and facilitation of resource allocation, and strengthening connections with people, he said. Chairman Huệ affirmed that Vietnam's National Assembly, with its role and responsibility, will work to realize the commitments and resolutions the General Assembly will adopt.
In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic being largely brought under control, most countries around the world are gradually reopening, including Vietnam. The country has made enormous efforts to strengthen economic, trade, and diplomatic activity and cooperation with other countries and territories.
In Southeast Asia, Thailand is currently the 9th largest investor out of 140 countries and territories investing in Vietnam, with total capital of more than $13 billion. In terms of trade, Thailand is Vietnam's largest trading partner in ASEAN, with two-way turnover of $19.5 billion in 2021, and $10.6 billion in the first half of 2022. These impressive results could not be achieved without the efforts of the Vietnamese embassy in Thailand. Besides favorable factors, there are also many challenges in bolstering the two countries' investment and economic cooperation. The Vietnamese embassy in Thailand will further promote Vietnam's investment, trade, and tourism environment among Thai businesses and people, and remove bottlenecks in economic cooperation between the two countries, to take relations to a new high. Meanwhile, in South America, Chile was the first country in the region that Vietnam signed a free trade agreement with. It identified Chile as a key trade partner, and bridge to help Vietnamese enterprises expand exports to countries in the region, and the Vietnamese embassy in Chile has made efforts to promote economic cooperation between the two sides. Bilateral trade turnover between Vietnam and Chile in the first 9 months of 2022 reached $1.72 billion. Despite having only 19 million people, Chile is currently Vietnam's 4th largest trading partner in Latin America, and 3rd largest export market in the region.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vietnam has maintained its position as the world's largest pepper producer and exporter, according to Vietnam Pepper Association.
Pepper exports this year are estimated at 220,000 tons, or 55% of the world's pepper output. The pepper sector has suffered many ups and downs over the past decade, with the pepper price reaching a peak of $9.27 per kilo, then briefly plunging to $1.37. It currently sells for around $2.4 per kilo. Analysts have said that in order for Vietnam's pepper products to sustainably maintain their position in the world market, the sector should meet international standards,
especially regarding chemical residues, and follow criteria in socio-economic development and environmental protection. It also needs to apply technologies in production management, traceability, and customer connections, and adopt specific and effective strategies for developing new products in high-end markets, among others.
And that's all for today on Bình Phước Radio, television station, and newspaper news. Once again, thanks for watching and goodbye for now.